word icon mean to you?
It's I think that's what it is to me. It's something bigger than life. I mean, even with the saints that they made icons out of, they were, I mean, it's not likely you're going to be a saint.
Mm-hmm.
Especially you. And
Do you believe in saints?
I don't know. I don't disbelieve in them, but I don't spend any time thinking about it.
I think there are angels.
I don't believe that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It's mostly like personal. It's like I like to use images that are real personal to me, whether they're images of myself. Like I find photo booths, the images to be really, really clear and crisp, and I think photo booths are iconic. I mean, if you say photo booth, everybody knows what a photo booth is. I mean, I think that's part of what iconic is. It represents something that everybody knows what you're talking about. And even though they won't recognize maybe the people that I'm using in my pictures, it will represent a feeling or more of a feeling or an emotion. And because, the other thing I thought of was when they painted saints and icons, they probably use real people to paint from. So I'm just using real people and I'm making them iconic. And I'm into icons because icons kind of mean something to me, and it's like a recognizable art form to me, and I want to make them modern. I want to make them like modern personal icons or whatever.
And how do you think other people are going to relate to those?
I guess it'll depend
What's your hope?
Well, I'm hoping they'll really love them and want to give me millions of dollars for them.
What do you think is going to make them love them?
Well, I think it'll be something that a lot of people can relate to. Like the images that I'm using are pictures of my family from a certain decade, like whether it's the 50s or the 30s. And I know when I did those pastel pictures of my family from that time period, I had a few people that would come into my house and really got it. And they're like, oh my God, I look at the pictures and it makes me want to cry. I could feel, I had pictures like this. Everybody has some pictures of their parents or their grandparents from that era. And so it makes it recognizable, something that people can connect to in some way. And I'm sure not everybody will do it.
Yeah, why not? I'm getting the donut shop.
and it's pictures and family pictures from a time that people are nostalgic about or have some connection to. It reminds them of their parents or their grandparents. And
is it telling your story?
Well, I think my story is everybody's story.
Oh.
Well, and I have a good analogy for you. I thought of this the other day. On my Wilson or Youngstown thing, somebody posted a picture of their third grade class at my elementary school. And I'm looking at the picture, and there's Kathy DeGennaro, there's Debbie Lenz. It wasn't my class. I wasn't in the picture. And I'm naming almost everybody in there I could name. And then I'm looking at the dates, and there's no way that could have been my class. It was like 1967, 68, and I wouldn't have been in third grade then, because you're like 8 or 9 when you're in third grade, right? And I would have been 12.
Oh.
I've done this before. I've looked at people's class pictures, and I can name, they look exactly like the people I went to school with. Exactly. I mean, exactly.
You didn't know them.
But I didn't. And it could be from somebody else's yearbook
yeah.
or class picture from another school, another city, and everybody.
Facial recognition thing coming in.
but I mean, well, no, but I'm recognizing the faces. That's the weird part. I mean, seriously, it's bizarre. So I'm thinking maybe everybody just looked the same back then.
I kind of feel the same way. I feel like we all have that. But now this leads me to another point. interviewing you. Your whole facial recognition thing,
Yes.
that would make an awesome project too. Now that you're doing more painting, and I think you got to think about how that could work. Because the fact is, when you're looking at a face, you're obviously not seeing it the same way I do. You're not seeing it the way normal people do. Because you have some issues with that. So what about something that better represented what it is that you do see?